Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are having a wonderful 22 October 2024. This is the continuation of. Uh-uh. It's a remake of a video I made years ago. So on the channel, right, we have this goal of getting better, of being a better content creator, better person, evolving as a human being, right? And I made a video of one of the worst periods of my life, and it's weird because it's not one of the worst periods of my life for the reason you thought. It wasn't hard emotionally. It was hard as a lifestyle. And we're doing a remake of the video where I talked to you about how I was involved into MLM, which is multi-level marketing. So the reason we're doing this video is super simple. I'm watching Painkiller, and this is, if you don't know the movie, the show, it's on series, it's a Netflix series, where there's a dude that is super addicted, he becomes super addicted to opioid, and there's four characters. There's the creator of the medication, the seller, the person that is addicted, and the inspector. So when you watch that show, right, you're watching that show and you're like, okay, I feel like the dad because I'm also a dude, right? But I also feel like the seller because I was in LMM. And I'm gonna talk about that, right? Because again, I think it's some cool content. It's a cool video to do. It's a cool version number 2 because the first video I don't even know what I said there, but that was years ago. And I'm definitely a better content creator now than I was, hopefully. Otherwise, what the fuck am I doing? So MLM is a multi-level marketing. I was involved with one called ACN. ACN was a seller of internet, was a seller of phone, and you had a commission, and it was a classic MLM, classic, and it's so weird because I look back at that time and I called, and this is deeply involved with the reaction to Painkiller, because I called Shannon Schaffer, which is a seller. Naive, but I was naive too. So I have this friend from grade school, and he tells me, "Hey," and he DM me, and it's a weird thing. You guys think I'm gonna be so childish. You guys gonna think I'm so immature, but fuck it. It's the 22 October. Let's live it all. So when I went with him to preschool. I don't know what you call it. Like I was in grade 5. I was about 10 years old. And back then we had this crazy website. It was called Neopets. So Neopets were, you had pets, and you would play a game and you would get Neo coin. And in Neo coin you could buy food for your pets and you can feed them. If you didn't play the game, you didn't have coin. If you didn't have coin, you cannot buy food. If you didn't buy food, they would die. Now the reality and the kind of like what do we call it? You had they couldn't die. They couldn't die. They could legally die, but as a kid, you didn't know that. So I had this guy, right? And I'm not gonna say his name because it's not I'm not here to put dirt on people's name. But I had this guy, and this guy asked me for my account. He said, "Hey, I know you don't have Wi-Fi at home. I know you don't have enough of internet at home, and I want to help you." Holy shit, okay. So I gave him the account. I didn't give him the account, I gave him the password for the account, that way we shared. And a week after, I was like, dude, you barely feeding them. I wasn't not feeding them, I couldn't play. I didn't have Wi-Fi at home. Didn't have internet at home. So what he did, he gave the passcode to somebody else. And then what they did is they took the Neopets, they deleted the account. They deleted the account. So he betrayed my trust. And although it was a stupid thing like a website, I should have learned a lesson. You got at me, I'm 20 years old. It's 10 years later, right? Hey, you wanna make some cash? I'm like, sure. I hope this is not selling drugs. That's the first thing I said. Then Eli said, don't worry, just come with me. So we go to here, right? And we go, and it's a classic MLM. So you got you got a classic. This is actually a deep story. It's a very deep story. You got a classic room full of people. The room full of people are put there as as a way of getting you excited. So people that are getting excited will be exciting somebody else, which is peer pressure, peer effect. So you can see it in the classroom. It's really like involved psychology. You see a classroom, right? You got a classroom of 6 people. The teacher asks 2 plus 2. One person says 5, and there's out of the 6, 3 people are clapping and say, "Yeah, you're right." And then you're like, "No, it's not true." But then you're seeing 2 of the other people get convinced and join in, and you're now the only person that doesn't clap. Say, "Oh, maybe I'm wrong," because there's no way that everybody is wrong. So they get too excited. And we have the charismatic who says, "Hey, this is my story. Now I have a Lamborghini. Now I have a wife. I have this huge house. I have this pool." And it's stupid because he doesn't tell us how we sold. He doesn't tell us how we got the money. He doesn't tell us how it worked. And they're gonna confuse you with title. Got a little title, got a big title, got a huge title, got a extremely good title, right? And they give you PIN, which is a direct. In the marketing universe, it would be a direct risk and reward. The more risk you take, the better the reward. And the last pin, there's diamond on it. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, but less than 1% of the people are going to become that, right? We're in a group of people, and we're about 10 or 12. We have Reunion that is super cool. Reunion are super cool. They're like, holy shit. Like, I'm part of a group, right? And how they got me was like, yo, you're going to help make your friend financially able. So as a kid, I was always told you could sell. And at that time, I was living at my mom. My mom is a huge. I love her, but she's a huge enabler. She's gonna say, "Hey, you don't need to be worrying about money. It's all good." Even today, I have to tell her, "Don't give me money," because I know she's gonna. I don't wanna. And she's like, "Okay, no problem." And she was my first customer. Thank you, Mom. And it's funny because I didn't need money, but when they said you're gonna be able to make your friend have more money, now that convinced me. So I go in. We have Reunion. It's cool. Every single Saturday they say dress up sharp when they come and pick you up. It's really cool. We're having a really good time. I'm meeting cool people. There's success stories of people that are going in the front, and people are clapping and saying, "Yo, good story, good story, good story." It was and I felt like a businessman. I remember every single year we would go to Charlotte. If we would go to Charlotte, we would party. We would really party, like cigar shop, whiskey shop, and it was funny because we have an hotel room. We were 10 in a hotel room. Those are really good memories. And they really liked me because I knew everybody. See, that's the thing. The guy, oh my god, I feel about saying this, but the guy who introduced me. See, that's the thing. I live in Lachine. You guys know that. I live in Lachine. The guy who introduced me was kind of an asshole. Was also from Lachine. But since he was an asshole, he didn't have any friends from Lachine. People like, no, this guy's an asshole. I was a nice guy. So when people call and say, "Yo, you want to make more money?" people would come to me. And I would invite people. And why they kept me is because every single week I would present the opportunity to 4, 5, 6 people, the MLM. And a lot of people knew it was an MLM. And a lot of people knew it wasn't good. So they were like, "No, I'm not down, I'm not down, I'm not down." And I had a friend, a really good friend that I cut off. I burned the bridges. Because he told me, "Dude, this is a scam. You're trying to scam people." And people would say I was trying to scam people. Which in reality I was. However, I didn't know it was a scam myself. See, it's such a weird mentality. You're trying to scam people. Yeah, I got scammed too. If I knew it was a scam, I would have not involved you. That person told me, "Hey, it's a scam." And I asked the person, just like in the Painkiller, I asked the person who introduced me, I asked my mentor, and I asked him, "Yo, is it true?" It's like, no, people are just jealous. I'm like, okay. And what happened is I'm starting to get insulted. I'm starting to get insulted by text. I'm starting to get insulted by calls. And people started calling me a scammer in the streets. I'm like, holy shit. And then I fall out of love because you don't have that much hate and you keep in love. But the marketing, they really made me believe. They made me believe with event. They made me believe with... Dude, I swear to God, they would have stadium with 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 people. I am not joking. I swear to God. In Charlotte, which is USA. My first time going out of the country on my own was to an event like that. Yeah. And we would share the room for 10 people together, which was nuts, but hey, that's not how it works. And I kind of fell out of love with that. And when I really gave that up, I remember like yesterday. I was going there on a Saturday. Was not going anywhere. There was a guy in front of the scene who was talking about story. Then at the end, we had to help to put back the chairs. I'm a nice guy, so I helped. People will just leave the chair there, fucking. But I would help. And the person who stayed behind was the person who gave the speech. And I thought, yo, very good speech, because again, I was so involved with the MLM. I was so involved with the mentality of seller and upbringing, and people say, yo, you're doing so good, bro, because people would tell me you're doing so good, even if I wasn't, just to brainwash. And the person said, what did you like about the speech? And I couldn't say a single thing because I didn't listen. Then I realized I was there because I was supposed to be there, not because I wanted to be there. So I left off. For the first time in a year, because I did it for a year, went on Google, realized what I did, and yeah, I left. Blocked every single person from that group, and yeah, it was crazy, dude. It was really crazy. That's the story. See, when people are asking me if I have regrets, that's one of the regrets. And they tell you not to go on Google, and I should have not listened and went to Google, but I was too trusting. However, sadly, this taught me a lot of lessons. This taught me a lot about myself. This taught me a lot about being a salesman. This taught me a lot about how to get people to be interested in what you're saying. It made me a better content creator, ultimately. And people forgave that. I don't get called scammer in the streets anymore. But even if it was 10 years ago, it was 10 years ago. You never really forget people who called you a scammer. That makes sense. Anywho, it's long enough video. I love you guys. Take it easy.